the streaming world of what he believes to be of quality. But there is, unseen by most, an episodic horror-based TV show. A show that still holds up. A show called Tales from the Darkside.
Hi, this is Leon. Please leave your name and number and I'll get back to you.
Hey, what's up? And welcome back to Talks from the Darkside. I'm Joel Escola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
And I'm Chris Bahr.
And we're back. We're finally back. Here we are in video format talking about Tales from the Darkside.
Finally back. It's been a while.
It's been a long-ass time.
Yeah, some people, some of our fans let us know it's been a long time. They've been letting us know since 2021 last year. Where are the episodes, guys? When are they coming back?
Nothing wrong with that. The death threats are a little much, but, you know, here we are. So
it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
So this will take a little bit getting used to. Like I was getting used to being a disembodied voice. So this is a little weird being like in video form.
Yeah, this is like what? Our fourth rodeo?
Something like that. It's
like
already getting blurry.
Yeah,
Fourth or fifth, yeah.
A little bit more comfortable now.
Yeah.
You're first though, Chris. On what is the episode, Joe, that we are getting into here? Our first video episode of Tales.
Today we're talking about All a Clone by the Telephone, directed by Frank De Palma and written by Haskell Barkin.
I think you mean Brian De Palma, right?
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, wrong guy.
I love Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah.
This is great.
Right.
He's right back there.
Oh, there he is.
Well, you know,
Winslow Leach himself.
you got the head in there and everything.
Yeah.
Just cut that right off.
And this has an original air date of January 20th, 1985. And as you can see, we have the actual Toshiba TCD-30 Execusect answering machine that Harry Anderson uses on the episode. We even got the same telephone here. So I was very excited to find that.
Yeah, that's a good find.
I don't know.
It
was mint
like,
in box.
Office this came out of, but here it is. Yeah.
It was the coolest thing.
George Romero's office, I think. He had it in there. It was on, was in a storage locker for years. R.I.P. obviously, but
so
Joe got it.
We're gonna get a call from Richard Rubenstein. He's like, where the fuck's my my Toshiba?
Yeah, this is George Romero's.
That's what I'm saying. That's his.
So if you ever want to resell this,
it smells like him.
Is that like George Costanza on Seinfeld when he gets John Voight's car and he's trying to tell him about it, and it's some random guy with
cooler.
that name?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's George S. Romero.
Oh right, exactly.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Frank De Palma.
Brian De Palma.
Is that his brother?
Yeah, he did Carrie.
Yeah,
the same guy.
No, it's his uncle.
His brother's roommate.
Former.
Yeah.
brother's roommate.
Yeah, he's his own grandpa at that point. Yeah,
and he's done Monsters and more Tales from the Darkside episodes. And he wrote Wing Commander 3 and 4, the video games
with Mark Hamill.
The one with Mark Hamill, he wrote that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Feather in the cap.
And Freddie Prinze Jr., right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the movie. Yeah, whatever. Same shit.
Matthew Lillard's in there. Yeah. And then we got Haskell Barkin writing the screenplay here, and he's done Monsters episodes, Tales from the Darkside episodes, and a shit ton of cartoons.
Yeah. A whole bunch of cartoons.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
The Smurfs I saw. What was it? Darkwing Duck was one of them?
A lot of the, like, every time we go to, like, review who's in what and see where everything lines up, it's always, like, there's always a Monsters episode.
Oh, yeah.
The same production and everything, but it's, like, it's either a couple of Tales from the Darkside episodes and a Monsters or, like, nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing.
But there's always, there's always that, or it's just that one, one.
But at least this guy did some cartoon work and then before, fizzling into oblivion.
He's living on in our show.
Yeah.
Who else is talking about Haskell Barkin?
Hope he's watching this.
Rats off to you.
Leave a comment if you actually are.
You're Haskell Barkin.
You're Haskell barking up the wrong tree.
Oh my God.
This episode stars Harry Anderson, or I think, right?
Richard Dean Anderson. Yeah. MacGyver.
That was the joke. Yes. Because you guys want to set that up for people that maybe missed what we're talking about.
Well, first of all, if you haven't been caught up on what Talks from the Dark Side is, it's a podcast where we talk about every episode chronologically of Tales from the Dark Side, the 80s anthology television show created by George Romero and Robert Rubenstein.
Richard. Keep it.
Fuck it. I can't. Why did I say
Robert
Robert?
Rodriguez.
I'm thinking of something else. Oh, Christ. I hope it's not Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, my God.
Richard Rubenstein.
I didn't know what his name is anymore. Yeah.
But yeah,
Bruce Davidson.
Oh, God.
But the Bruce. Okay, so the Harry Anderson joke originated in the word processor of the Gods episode because it's Bruce Davidson starring in that episode, and Chris thought it was Harry Anderson.
100% thought it was Harry Anderson.
He had some Mandela
until
effect
we
going
did
on.
the episode. Yeah, I thought it was that guy that's in this episode.
Imagine like sleepy ass Bruce Davidson playing Richie Tozer and it. Like, oh, yeah, honk, honk. Titanic 2.
Beep, beep, Richie.
I mean, honestly, he's a great actor. He probably would have done a fine job, but
No.
that's a funny visual.
And the thing, I think it's funny as hell that you thought that I was Bruce Davison in this episode, like the vice versa.
Yeah.
But Harry Anderson, I think is a great actor.
Yeah,
and,
he's fine.
And
I think I have like face blindness for like generic like white dudes.
He doesn't have that mustache either. You know, if you've seen it, the miniseries, that
Yeah.
I didn't notice it on my first viewing, like months back when I watched this, and then like on a rewatch for this recording, I was like, wait, why does this guy look so fucking familiar? And I look it up, I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about months ago, and it just didn't click.
He's got that hallmark. We were talking about it before we jumped on, and he's always got that same face with his with those glasses, like Harry Anderson.
That sitcom dad face.
Yeah.
It's like that's what he was made for.
You're half expecting this move to come out of him.
When he shaves
That
his face,
pole on a hook.
Yeah,
That big pole, take him off stage.
he gets no respect either.
I just want a fucking girl with a tit.
When he shaves his face and has the glasses on with the longer hair, he totally looks like Bruce Davison, like straight up.
Yeah, it's the same person.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I really like him in the Tales from the Crypt episode, Corman's Calamity.
Yeah.
He was also like, that's the only thing I remember him from. It, Tales from the Crypt, and that's pretty much it. I know he's in Night Court.
Yeah, Night Court. I know him from Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
From that one episode. And then he did a couple, like looking through the IMDb, stuff he's done. It's like he had a show of his own for a while. I'm sure it was big. I'm sure people know him from that. But
I vaguely remember that as a child. He's also a magician turned actor.
Really? I didn't know that.
Is that why that was like a part of his character in it? Wasn't that like a thing? Am I remembering that
He's
correctly?
a comedian.
Yeah, but does he have magic tricks? Maybe I'm mixing up him with Randy Pitchford,
No.
the horrible owner of Gearbox fucking software who made Borderlands.
Yeah.
Look that up. If you know what I'm talking
that's
about.
definitely not him.
All right, well, fuck Randy Pitchford, by the way.
Shout out to Randy Pitchford.
Man, any fucking way.
So if you haven't been listening to the podcast, and this is our first video format, what we do is we read these old descriptions from Fangoria. If you'd like to do the honors for this one, please, Chris.
Yeah, let me pull up the Fangoria. So here's the official Fangoria synopsis from their Tales from the Dark Side episode list. Leon, a struggling television scribe, buys an answering machine that takes on a will of its own. The machine manipulates Leon's life, broadcasting its own message, insulting callers, and even proposing marriage to Leon's girlfriend. Ultimately, the meddlesome piece of technology assumes complete control over its hapless owner.
Do the words alternate universe mean anything to you?
I mean, on this show, it means a lot of things. Just this movie dumpster in general, sure.
I don't know if this is one of my favorite episodes, but it's a lot of fun. And I love the ideas that it plays with here. I'll get into that in my final thought, but yeah. So Harry Anderson is terrorized by a voice in his answering machine, which is his own voice, but is an alternate version of himself that's just a voice,
just like the asshole version.
Yeah.
And
he's the Buddy Love version.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
but he's a writer and he hasn't had any work in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, but his agent is Dick Miller.
I couldn't believe that.
Dick Miller.
The Dick
legend.
Miller.
In kind of a throwaway role, but hey, you got to pay the fucking bills, right?
Dick Miller is known for his bit parts.
Yeah, well,
Like
fair.
Chopping Mall and Night of the Creeps and Terminator and well, he's got a bigger part in Gremlins.
Yeah.
There's a documentary on him, like specifically showing like all the stuff.
Oh,
he's
is it
been in.
really?
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's definitely a character actor, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like those weirdo
But he's
characters.
awesome.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like he's the best.
But
He takes his little role and just every line he makes it his own.
Yeah. I love him. I love him because he's like, hey, oh, Harry Anderson, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm trying to get you a fucking job, but there's just no jobs out there. Sorry, pal. Oh, by the way, I love your answering machine message with the Bronx cheer.
Yeah, Bronx cheer.
And he's like, Bronx cheer? He's like, I haven't worked in 9 months. Meanwhile, he's got a pretty nice apartment, even though the mattress is on the floor. Pretty nice for not working in 9 months.
Dude, this studio apartment in New York is like probably worth a fucking fortune now, and this slob is like living in it, like down on his luck and
hasn't
shit.
worked in months, but he can just hang out in the studio apartment. Yeah,
Eating chicken and smoking it and shit.
Yeah, he's getting takeout constantly. I mean, go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Maybe you have no money. You must have maxed out every credit card
Right.
getting Chinese food
Oh,
and fried chicken.
He's making that fucking what is that? End of days cocktail.
yeah, the Arnold,
the Arnold
shake.
cocktail.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Why
yeah.
does that
Show a
line
clip
up?
of that in here.
Holy cow.
Pouring Chinese food into a blender. I think it was Chinese food, right?
There's Chinese food and pizza and
Oh, that's
Pepto
right.
Bismol and
Yeah,
shit,
make a
or a
little
beer.
milkshake,
Yeah.
yeah.
Either that or like fucking Brian Bosworth in Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
Making his
Yeah.
Komodo dragon a
Right.
fucking milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This guy wishes he had a fucking Komodo dragon. Instead, he's got an answering machine that causes problems.
Yeah.
Because he checks his messages,
Yeah.
and it's from his girlfriend, like, I don't ever want to see you again. I can't believe you called and called my mother the bag lady. She heard the messages. He's like, what the? I didn't say that.
You don't gotta announce it to everybody.
It's
he's-
kind of great.
And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he's all confused.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to see you ever again. And that's pretty much like sets up where this episode's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is when he first gets this interaction with his own answer machine, and he's not really taking it seriously yet.
Well, sort of. He goes to see Dolores first, who's his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, to like fight about it, basically.
Well, not fight about it. He'd be like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? I didn't say anything about your mother. There's nothing on my answering
What are
machine.
you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Well, you called my mother the fucking bag
The
lady."
bag
She
lady.
like, repeats it like verbatim
Yeah.
about how she like shops.
Yeah, and he leaves perplexed. You're right. Because then he does go back after that, and that's when the machine's like, "What? You don't like what I have to say, there, pal?" More or less. I mean, that's not exactly. He
He's like,
doesn't
"What?"
sound like a '30s gangster, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, he kind of sounds like this, and he's like, "Hey, Leon, now
kinda
I'm
sleazy.
Yeah. I'm your fucking answering machine. Do the words alternate universe mean anything to you, pal?" And apparently he like writes better than Leon. He's more suave than Leon. He's
He's a better joke writer.
a better joke writer. He's a better writer. He's a better pitch artist, as we find out. And he's a big hit with the lady voices.
Oh yeah, calling the what is it? The like the
Cineplex?
movie times?
Yeah.
Like flirting with the movie like Showtime lady.
Remember when you had to call the fucking movie theater to get the show times for things?
Oh yeah. What was that like? Probably wasn't even that long ago. No, they're probably still doing that.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
God.
I'll make another.
Let's try it right
Seinfeld-
now.
I'll make another.
Let's call a
Sein-
theater right now.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Harry Anderson, and
Kiss,
he is
kiss.
yeah, kiss.
Or you get Kramer on the other line. I'll make another Seinfeld reference
Oh,
for
yeah.
all the young people out there. When Kramer's doing it, he's like, "Hi, this is movie phone. Punch in what you want to see," and then it's like, "Just tell me what you want to see."
Yeah.
That's what I think of. And at that point, it was already an old thing,
Oh,
in the
man.
late '90s.
It went out in the 2000s for sure.
Yeah.
And I think this was a matter of like when this was made, where it's like they're like just looking around for ideas, like, oh, answering machines. It's like,
It's haunted.
what if there's a ghost in it and talks to you, or you know?
Yeah, kind of like Mookie and Pookie, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, computers are still kind of new, at least ones you can get and have in your own
Yeah,
home.
right.
This was like this weird foreign thing that nobody.
This shit is top of the line,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's got 2 fucking
That
cassettes
probably
in
was
it.
$1,000.
Oh, big
when this
time.
came out, easily
Yeah.
$1,000.
I don't know how the fuck Harry Anderson is affording this.
Oh yeah, not work. Yeah,
Without
please.
working?
Yeah, what's the secret?
Is he selling his
Yeah.
kidneys? Like, I don't know. He never lifts his shirt up. We never see any
Right.
stitches.
Oh, dude, there's all scar. That's why he looks all like fucking skinny and shit,
Yeah.
and like pale.
Selling
He's
his
like
own liver.
he's giving blood every year
Yeah.
or every day.
Right?
Just milk me dry, Doc. I gotta buy an answering machine. It'll save my career.
Fucking Elliot Louder milking Scrooge. I love the concept of a doppelganger that exists only in like the audio wave, like radio waves.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact of the matter is, it's just a voice, And like, it really shows you how much it can fuck your life up by calling other people and leaving messages, or just in general with that.
And it's like, that's a lot of the plot points through this episode where it's like his wife coming back in later, and I'm jumping ahead, but a lot of it is just like, oh, you called me and left a message on my answering machine, or like, I called you and your message said this about me.
Right.
It's like all this miscommunication from, that's sort of the whole episode. It's like
I kinda
answering
love it.
machine themed
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he after he has this revelation, let's call it, with the machine, then his girlfriend comes like fucking batting at the door, like, oh, thank God you called, thank God you smoothed it over and proposed to me. He's like,
Proposed over a
whoa,
voicemail.
what? then he should have done one of these. I was waiting for that.
He's like, that wasn't me. That was my answering machine proposing to the voice on your answering machine. She's like, that's sick, Leon.
Yeah. Well, she's the one that like said yes to a voicemail.
Well,
Like, you know?
Well, she doesn't know any better,
Yeah.
to be fair.
there's a lot of problems in this relationship that we see just throughout this 22-minute episode, and it's like, I don't think you all should get married at all.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, again, not to just beat that fucking idea to death, but the guy hasn't worked in 9 months and it's not looking too good. But
No.
yeah, oh yeah, sounds like the horse to hitch my carriage to.
Yeah.
Publicly calling out her mother and shit.
Oh yeah, the bag lady.
She shops too much.
How many times they say bag lady in this episode?
A lot. Take a shot every time
Yeah.
you hear bag lady in this. I'm under the impression bag lady is like, the homeless woman.
Or like a frump or something.
Yeah. But
Not
like,
some like shopaholic.
yeah,
That's sort of
not-
what's implied in this.
That's
It's like,
not what I associate with that at
Yeah.
all.
yeah,
So the answer machine's fucking with his life, and he's like, "That's it. I'm unplugging you, you fuck." And he pulls it out of the wall, and he's like, "No, Leon, don't." And the voice is telling him like not to do it, and he unplugs it from the wall, and he's like, "You'll regret it. I got friends in high places."
I do love, before we move on to that, because that is kind of the rest of the episode.
Oh yeah,
He sees like a light turn on at one point when he's there with his girlfriend, and he gets like nervous and freaks out and like just grabs it off the shelf without looking at what it is
Yeah.
and destroys this thing. And he turns the light on and she goes, "That was your VCR." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
your video recording machine.
I was recording the Late Show." Like that had to be another like cool $2,000.
Also, it's nowhere near his answering machine. He just grabbed whatever thing was blinking a red light.
It's across
and
the room.
smashed it. Yeah.
And then when we cut the camera, it's like fully lit up is his fucking phone and the answer machine.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did you mistake
Yeah,
that?
nowhere near where it was.
It's a good gag though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, this little button here is replaced with like a red light that like blinks when it talks, like fucking Hal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Man, I'll have to make the mod.
Yeah, that was the.
I don't think we're getting any incoming calls anytime soon.
But yeah,
Well, you say that now. It's gonna ring.
Ever heard of an alternate
Yeah.
universe?
Gave me the Bronx cheer.
oh my god.
I just ruined your fucking life.
So
Maybe it's producing a better podcast somewhere.
oh my god, come on.
Could be. Yeah, it's getting rich and famous somewhere else.
On that wonderful note. So then the friends start calling, coming, the reinforcements at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. The phone keeps ringing.
It's so great because when the voice talks to the Cineplex voice, and she's like the movie times, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's all automated messages that are apparently their own persons, like their own entities, which are like conscious. It's fucking weird and bizarre, and like I want to know more about the mechanics of that. Where do they live? What do they do?
Yeah, this is my favorite part of the episode.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he's getting these calls, and it's like, hello, the weather report in Michigan is 28 degrees, and you're a bastard. No, it doesn't say that, but it's like they get angry at him, and it's like all these different calls from like a hospital,
Yeah.
an
Weather reports, car insurance.
Yeah.
Just spam.
just
through
spam.
a phone call. Yeah.
Fucking like we don't have enough of that in 2022.
Yeah.
They
Oh
were
my
doing
God.
it back then.
And it was like, it's not even like weather reports for like his area. It's like
No.
the other side of the country. And like he even has some guy, some like old Goomba fucking
Oh, that's the
pulls
best
up.
part. Hey, is your name Leon? Guy pulls up in a convertible, hands him a phone.
He's got a car phone. He's like, yeah, well, this
There's
sounds
a
crazy.
call for you.
Yeah. Hey, are you Leon? It's for you. Hey, you work for the fucking CIA or something? Is that a code word?
He just fucking runs away. The guy's like, you call! He's like, they say the weather's nice in California or something like that. He's like, ugh!
Like, it's just so funny. And also, like, the mechanics there, too. Like, this guy picks up the phone, and the voice is like, drive over to the fucking whatevers and look for this guy Leon and ask him. That guy right there.
It's like something out of like Last Action Hero or something. Or Lawnmower Man. I'm thinking of Job the entire time making that phone call.
Oh, dude,
You know,
it's totally
his
bizarre.
battle cry. Go back to that Lawnmower episode if you don't
Did
want
you
to know
know
what I'm
that
talking about.
that Ghost in the Shell was a loose adaptation of this episode?
I'm wearing...
So I downloaded a Ghost was the basis.
Oh my God. Well, going off the Ghost in the Shell, I'm waiting for Harry Anderson to get those glasses the one guy has.
So he's out on his ass, right? And it's been like 6 months again with no work. He's eating fucking cold chicken,
Yeah, he's
smoking
growing
cigarettes.
a beard now, right? I think.
Yeah, he's got a 5 o'clock
Yeah.
shadow. He's got fucking pizza boxes and Chinese cartons all over the place, and he's afraid to pick up the phone because he thinks it's just going to be another automated call, like heckling him.
Yeah, I do love that though, because it's kind of like, oh, do I pick up? Do I not pick up?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be might be Dick Miller. It might not.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll pick up. Doesn't hear anything. Hangs up. Oh wait, it might have been Dick Miller. Picks up. All right, I lost you there for a second, pal.
Hey, you got a fucking interview with Quentin whatevers.
Quentin Beck.
Quentin
Or- Oh, wait, no, that's
Mysterio
his-
wants to
never
see
mind.
you.
Oh,
Whatever
my
his name
God.
is. Yeah.
He does illusions.
Yeah.
You do the magic trick still, don't you there, hair boy?
God.
Harry the Hat, you got there?
You say Quentin, and my brain immediately goes to Tarantino. Imagine him in this
Oh, the
interview.
foot guy.
Oh yeah, so this miniseries you got, how many feet are in it? Are they gonna put them right up to the camera so I can jack off to it later?
Quentin Carp is his name.
Okay.
And he looks like, we Chris and I were talking to before, he looks like the devil in another episode.
Okay.
He's got this red tracksuit on, this fucking giant mustache, no fucking shirt underneath with his hairy chest.
He's a cartoon character.
Yeah, he's got like a tan that's not real at all.
It's like another stereotype of like an executive that's just making, instead of like the cigar chomping guy, this is the guy that's like, I'm cool and relaxed, but I got $1 billion. Who wants some?
Oh,
You
he's
know?
got a fucking cigar too. He's chomping
Wow.
it. And he's like, all
Two
right.
different visuals in my head though, but yeah.
He's like, all right, baby, sit down. He's like, Harry Anderson. He's like, wait, tell me your famous idea. I love this so much. You left that fucking call on my answering machine. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's all confused, has no idea what he's talking about.
He's like, which
Oh.
idea would that be? He's like, well, I can't remember.
You tell me.
You tell me
He's
what
like,
it is.
I'll tell you. You tell me what it was.
Yeah, it's like a rabbit season, duck season
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
situation.
So he's like, I don't know. I don't remember the fucking idea, but you better hurry up and remember it.
He's like, which brilliant idea of mine was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he backs out of the room like, well, yeah, give me like an hour. I'll remember. Yeah.
Yeah, he's rifling through his briefcase of like, I'm sure it's just like shit written on paper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow notepads with nothing written on them.
Yeah.
So it clicks in his head because Quentin's like, yeah, you left that message on my answer machine. I can't remember what the idea was, but you sold me on it, and I was very excited. I couldn't sleep a wink all fucking night. I was so excited about this mini series. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. So he goes home. And he pulls the fucking thing off the shelf and plugs it in. And he's like,
back in.
and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, come on. He's like, come on, baby, come on. Tell me what that idea was.
I'll give you the best
I'll
batteries.
give you the best batteries
Yeah.
money can buy.
What does he say? He's like, I'll get you Sharp. I'll get you companies that don't
AT&T,
even
Sprint.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. He mentions Ma Bell at one time.
Yeah.
They can unplug Ma
Yeah.
Bell.
I was just thinking though, imagine if he really did destroy it, how fucked he'd be at the end of this episode.
He still wouldn't be working.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's- yeah.
no change then, I
He's
guess.
still
that's-
eating dirty
yeah.
We need
chicken.
the character progression here.
It's also the fact of is his doppelganger, voice ganger, whatever you want to call it, exclusive to that Toshiba TCD30 TM?
Right? Or is it just in the phone and this is how it gets out?
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Right, is it another version of him just at a payphone calling him constantly, or is it actually a fucking answering machine?
Yeah.
Or does he create his own fucking voice tulpa by recording his voice to the answering machine, and then it becomes an entity
Like
itself?
an FBI agent that's always talking into their fucking like microphone or what have you.
Well, no, I just mean the fact that you know how you leave,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
outgoing message, but it creates itself like a voice tulpa inside your machine, and now
Yeah.
it's you, but your voice doppelganger.
Yeah.
I could see
I
that.
took it as just a possessed answering machine
I mean, it could be.
or some demonic thing. Or,
But that means everything's possessed. The phones.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Tales from the Dark Side. They don't always explain everything, and that's kind of the point. So you just you have to roll with it a little.
I wanted to pick it apart because I love the concept of it, and I want to know like more about it.
Same. No, I'm with you. But I love the way that this wraps up because he's like, come on, what do you want? He's like, I'll get you the batteries, like you guys are saying. I'll
get you women. I'll get you money. And he's like, I don't have a dick, Leon.
He's like, well, what else could you want? And he like figures it out mid-sentence, like, fame. That's what you want. And he's like, yeah, now you're speaking my money, Leon. Too bad you're a loser.
But here's the other thing. So it ends with Harry Anderson getting woken up by the answer machine, and he's like, oh, wake up, baby. It's time to write a fucking script. Now, where were we? And, Harry Anderson gets up, lights a cigarette. He's all pale and shit.
He's all sad, pulls a cigarette out of like an ashtray, like a little, a
little brooch.
Yeah.
And starts, he's smoking filter on that one.
Oh, yeah.
And he's typing away, and the answer machine's dictating. However,
well, you could also see like a stack of paper, so he's been writing a lot.
Oh, yeah. The machine's like, yeah, we got to get back at it. Wake up. And, so, if the voice wants to be famous, is it just Leon? Because is it going to be like, oh, I want to be famous and I want to be heard, but it's living vicariously through Leon. So, do they have the same name?
I mean,
like how are they going to credit it? Like even what the movie script is.
Exactly. And the Academy Award for Best Writing for this miniseries for Quentin Karp is Toshiba TCD30.
Leon's answering machine.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking the same thing. And I guess it's just, he just credits himself and the machine knows that it did it. I was also just, a thought just came to me as we're talking about this. It's like, and I don't think this is what it's trying to do, but another way you could kind of attack that of what's actually happening is maybe it's like a split personality thing. Like maybe he really is leaving these messages, but he doesn't realize it. But I don't think the show's trying to get that deep. It's just, hey, wouldn't this fuck up your life? Well, it fucks up this guy's life.
There's also this weird kind of like slave to your art kind of message I'm getting from this where you drive like from writer's block, or you're driving yourself crazy, stressing yourself out, and you getting at your wit's end with your relationships or your job or your whatever, and you're so desperately trying to create and make things and thereby making a living from it. And it's like it's almost he's literally battling with himself and his ego and his creativity. It almost feels like so.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, what did you guys think of this one? I liked it. I thought it was a good one.
This isn't my favorite episode, but it's a good episode. It's solid. Harry Anderson is great. I love the concept of a doppelganger living inside an answer machine or living in the radio waves, or I don't know exactly what, but it's a fun idea. We play with this idea again later, that Adrienne Barbeau episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great episode.
You already sold me. You said the two words I wanted to hear. Adrienne Barbeau. That you got me.
Oh, that's a Monsters episode. My bad.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Eventually.
But that deals with doppelgangers as well. But it's also this is also the first in a long line of phone horror. Is that a genre? I think Tales from the Darkside has capitalized on the phone horror genre because there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these.
There's a big handful of phone stuff. Or phone related episodes.
Even slippage to a point you could make an argument.
Yeah, I mean there's one coming up directly that we're going to get to in a couple episodes, but then there's another phone one that I really like, and I'm not going to spoil that one, but there's a corporeal entity that's attached to that one.
Yeah, there's a few of these where it's like again with technology, it's like we'll make it a character or a theme. Like the one episode coming up, it's like the phone is a character in the episode.
It's the driving force of the episode, which is crazy. I mean, I guess you could say the same here. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's definitely a memorable one for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a fun episode. It's watchable. It's entertaining. Dick Miller making an appearance. That's fun because everybody knows Dick Miller, so he shows up. It's like, oh, there he is,
and he just turns it on. I love it.
Yeah, so it's a fun episode.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. I liked it. It was inoffensive. It's one I would definitely watch a second time. Like, it's fun. And Harry Anderson, again, if you've seen it, Richie Tozer from the original miniseries. It's just like fun to see him in something else. Cause like you said, I mean, I'm sure if I were to watch more shows made around that time, you'd probably see him in more stuff. And maybe we will as we continue this journey.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was like an added element for me personally. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. Not my favorite, but it wasn't bad in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, it's definitely like a middle of the road episode. It's not bad, not amazing.
Great concept.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I really like the concept.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. This is one of those comedy ones too,
Yeah.
for sure, big time.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the first video episode of Talks from the Darkside. And until next time, I'm Joel Escola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
And I'm Chris Bahr.
Kiss, kiss.
Tales from the Dark Side is always there, waiting for us to watch it, waiting for us to hit play. Until next time, try to find it on DVD and watch along with us.